1 year ago today, so Virgo season 2024 to this Virgo season is a message that's coming through. There's been something shifted. For whoever this is, we're going to find out who it is, but there's been something that has shifted. It's spiritual growth is what I'm hearing, and this elevation is that's taking place. And from last Virgo season to the next Virgo season, there's going to be such, like, you're going to, I feel like you're going to, I'm hearing unrecognizable, but I feel like you're not going to feel like that because this is who you are. This is who you're growing into. You're literally taking up the space you're supposed to. You're no longer, you've broken the mold that was outside of you, is what I'm hearing. So it's kind of like, and it's like a sparkly version of you, but it's not a spark, it's just your soul, the soul spark, right? That beautiful divine spark within you. You're really learning it, you're embodying it. And Virgo season is really specific for this. So you have to think about what happened last Virgo season, well, in 2024, the Virgo season, and the shifts that are taking place this one. Pay attention. What's been going on for you? What were the shifts? Were there major events, or were there just internal changes that were taking place? There's something about that, okay? I think that you've been learning how to cut out a lot as well. Internal voices and voices as well, actually, that held you back for a while. Okay, yeah, Queen of Pentacles. That is literally, like, she gives me Virgo energy massively. So, and then the Ace of Cups. Yeah, she's cutting. Whoever this is, you've been cutting out so much of that stuff that we mentioned just now. You already know. When I say you're sitting in your stillness, your worth, especially when I say compared to 2024 Virgo season, it's a better message, 100%. But when you see who you're going to be next Virgo season, oh my God, that's what I mean. Wow, you're already seeing your worth. And you know what? This Ace of Cups, you're loving yourself. That's literally what this feels like. You're learning how to love yourself, to express yourself differently. Ooh, the Empress under there. I feel like someone might be watching this glow up. Okay, but let's focus. What else do we need to know? Who is this message for? Let's just focus on that. But yeah, Six of Cups. So maybe you have had some moments of nostalgia, Two of Wands, but that's what's helping you to do things different. You've had to have a moment where you've really spent some time to reflect on where you've been, who you've been, so that you can finally move forward towards where you're going. And this is why, you've been cutting things out. And I actually think it's coming through maybe even health. My throat keeps getting blocked. So maybe you're feeling like this. Maybe there's something about your self-expression, or there's something about this message specifically. My God. You've had to really cleanse through a lot. And I say you've been cutting out. I think there's a lot of people as well. And the way that, I don't know, there's a lot of weight you've been carrying, the Fool. You're getting prepared for a new beginning. This is why you're doing reflection. It's not because you're sitting in nostalgia and melancholy. You're actually reflecting on what you don't want anymore. But this is ready. I feel like it's lightening kind of the weight that you've been carrying, so that you can really feel almost weightless as you move forward. The only weight that you're carrying is the knowingness of your worth, and that's not even weight. That's like making you feel so much more. I'm seeing like you're feeling more fulfilled as you sit on this throne, okay? So let's see. Again, that throne is your divine spark. Something where you're really finding your path ahead. Oh, King of Swords, Tower. Finding your path ahead that has been ignited. I think that might have been the pivotal shift from Virgo season to Virgo season. Something about your path of purpose. This King of Swords though is really I'm hearing master joy emotion. My throat. This King of Swords clearly needs to communicate well. With that Tower as well. What is going on? Okay, Five of Swords. Let's see. Get some confirmation for that. Five of Swords. Yeah, Five of Cups with that. So this hasn't been easy for you, but this is how you're learning how to follow your intuition. You're understanding. When you got the High Priestess there, that's really intuitive. Really intuitive. So it's not that you've had a lot of change, a lot of shifts taking place. I think internally, yes, but definitely externally. Maybe even to do with your abundance. That Queen of Pentacles is very abundant, but I don't think that that's come easy. I think I must say come from nothing kind of energy. And that high priestess, again, she's got high level knowledge, knowing. It's kind of like you're doing this because you know that there's a higher purpose. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, yeah. They all just fell. This energy is really like, wow. Okay, so one of the cards on the floor was the Empress. I'm not going to take it. There were a bunch of cards, but yeah. Okay, so you've got the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Cups. I've literally just heard walking away from temptation. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. You've been walking away to find stability within yourself. So the things that, you know, you used to want to feel like it was you're being tempted towards, you know, even if it was things like needing validation from somebody else, you know, that's a temptation pulling you away from knowing your worth, you know, things like that. Eight of Cups, I'm sorry, that came through. Eight is important. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you're focused on creating a whole new world. You're putting work in, and I think you've done a lot of inner child work here. And I think that you've done a lot of inner work as a result of this connection that wants to come through. I feel like with that King of Swords, there was clearly something here. A lack of communication, emotions not expressed, whatever it was, really cut off energy. You've been having to, it's mirrored to you something, it's showing you something with it. Yeah, death at the bottom of the deck. Absolute transformation. That's a lot of cards, I didn't realise. Well, we'll take them. So we've got the Hierophant, the Tower, and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, that's come out with the Fool. So lots of stability, what has come as a result of a lot of change. This is what I mean, like the Tower as well. I think this is really different. Whatever life you're living now, it's almost like you're completely moving away from your past completely. Okay, but this again, it feels like such a high level calling and purpose, and this is why it's grounding down for you. There's something about it that's now going to be grounding down for you. Okay, Page of Cups with the King of Swords, of course, the one who wants to communicate, and the Page of Cups is basically like, I always think of it as sometimes an emotional expression. So clearly this is someone who's been guarded and very emotionally cut off. That was coming through. They want to express themselves. Let's get another one for that. King of Swords and the Page of Cups. Some clarity. Okay, we've got Two of Cups. Oh my God, the Hanged Man. Okay, so clearly there was some kind of connection here, or something that you really felt so aligned, or something your hearts kind of spoke to each other. Feels really nice. It's kind of, it feels almost like childlike. So maybe it was your inner children that really spoke to each other, but the Hanged Man is clearly, there's been something, maybe this was the Tower as well, but there's been a huge pause here. I'm hearing separation specifically for this, okay? Longing and long distance. So those two have come through specifically, longing and long distance. Okay, let's find out the Six of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. Just going to confirm that as well. Okay, yeah, Seven of Swords. Yeah, this is what I thought. So basically, Strength at the bottom of the deck as well. So with this King of Swords in the past, there was some kind of betrayal. Now, I think this is two things. I think that you've been working on your own betrayal wounds and whatever from your past as your inner child, what you felt like, you know, abandoned. You always felt like you were just the one left out in the cold. It just didn't feel like you were fulfilled at all, especially when it came to your heart. But I think this is really shown to you exactly where you weren't allowing yourself to give yourself that fulfillment. Fill your cup first, remember? Otherwise, you've got nothing else to pour. You're needing external validation or just external sources to feed you, right? So it's kind of a massive imbalance, especially when they can't continue to give, and or what they're giving is just breadcrumbs, and you're chasing it, or you're desperate for it, whatever it is. But you've really had to learn a lot here. That's good, because Queen of Pentacles, you've clearly been learning. The Strength card, you're gaining strength here, okay? Beautiful. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. Let's just get another one for that to confirm. Okay. Four of Cups, Ace of Cups again at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I think that you're reflecting a lot. There's a lot of reflection, and maybe that's what this is, as you're stepping into your worth now. Oh my God, the Emperor again at the bottom with the Ace of Cups and the Chariot and the two. Oh my. Definitely a masculine energy coming through, who I think is very much watching specifically is what's coming through. I've heard researching as well. Hopefully it's not like, you know, crossing boundaries or whatever, but again, everyone's journey, especially if it's the divine masculine on his divine path, they're often can operate in ways. Anyway, so let's see. Let's get some more confirmation for you. Oh, this is going to be an interesting reading. 10 of Cups. That's landed on your new beginning. And the Magician. That's your new beginning as well. That's beautiful. Radical shifts. I'm really hearing radical shift. This is something that you've been prepping for and working on. I don't think you realize it, because I think that there's a part of you that you had this vision, you had the desire, and then you kind of like, you've released it, you've let it go, and but part of me wonders if you've just kind of gave up on it, you know, just thought it wasn't real, versus just letting it go and letting it be, you know, letting the divine unfold take place. But I think actually what's taking place is there's going to be, it's like you've created this room, you are creating this room for this manifestation to come through, okay? And it's going to be very much emotional fulfillment, whereas in the past, everything that wasn't, you've been healing through, and you've been really recognizing that. There's something about father wounds that could be coming through as well here. So maybe that's why you attracted a lot of really emotionally detached masculine energy, you know, and that's what you were used to. Kind of lack of emotional expression, and also kind of just feeling you like you've been left hanging, that kind of energy as well. I think that there's something here about, I think you've shocked yourself with what you want. This 10 of Cups, this higher level commitment with that Hierophant, you're shocking yourself that actually this is what you want. You do want the higher level, you do want stability and, you know, that happy ever after or whatever, where there's emotional fulfillment all around. So there's definitely something here. Maybe you've had shifts and changes in your family, in your home life, in your friendships, whatever, that's really opening your heart to this as well. Let's find out what else. Because you're seeing a new way of doing things, and it feels so much more grounded. Which is why that whole emotional cut-off energy is not going to, it's just not going to work anymore. Because you're finally recognizing your worth. That's a big deal here, your worth. So I think you've been doing a lot of work with your solar plexus as well then, with you realizing, I'm wearing yellow, and yellow is the color of solar plexus. Makes sense. Abundance. Overflowing abundance. Okay, this is a waterfall. It's beautiful. Number 34. Okay, so yeah, you went from chasing after something and crying because it wasn't giving you what you like needed, which was the inner void of yourself that you needed to fulfill for yourself, right? You can constantly search outside of you, but when you finally get to that stage where you recognize that, you look in the mirror and you really begin to understand why you were externally chasing that, and actually how you can truly fulfill that for yourself, that actually you deserve better than someone who you have to chase, right? Feel like you're emptying and really depleting your energy over. You deserve better. You deserve those two cups coming together with emotional fulfillment for each other, okay? An emotional release. This is what's coming. Letting it go, fulfillment. I think that you've been going through this. That fulfillment is coming. The release, the tears of joy of everything that you've been going through is one on the floor. So the one that fell on the floor was the stars, which is coming true. Number 16 and number 6, okay? Peace, miracle, dreams, feeling blessed. I think that you're feeling more blessed now than you ever have before, because you're recognizing, I think that you're recognizing your higher level commitment to yourself, but you're also honoring that actually there's so much more beyond the veils that you were stuck in for a very long time, that illusion that was beneath the surface, you know, making you feel like you were stuck still in the past. Now it's like you're seeing that forward vision, you're seeing the stars that can come into your reality. You're feeling more hopeful, falling in love with yourself. I'm getting that massive for this. Inspiration. I feel like you're becoming a star in the sky for others or something, you know, and you're finding that inspiration and you're shining it. Providence, nighttime. Maybe you were born at nighttime as well. That could be a detail for somebody. Specific information. Masculine. That masculine energy keeps wanting to come through. See, I'm trying to focus on you, divine feminine, and the masculine energy is like, yeah, but I want to come through. Something, we'll look at that as well. Blueprints, number 14. Creating firm foundations. This is what you're doing. Careful planning. Visionary. That's what I mentioned, that forward vision. Destiny. Starting point. This is what I mean. From Virgo season to this one, there was a huge shift, and from this one to next Virgo season, when I say that you're just at the start, you're just at the beginning of what's coming into your reality, thoughts becoming things, this is your destiny. Roadmap. Seeing like the old school roadmaps, you know, what they call 8 sets or something. Maybe that's clever for someone. And a car's important. The moon, God, the high priestess and the moon, very Pisces energy as well, okay? 32 and 8. Intuition. Yeah, your intuition is really sparking some forward movement for you here, because that's what's helping you see things clearly. I think that's what's also helping you understand your past and how to move on from it as well, and the clearing of that, which is really beautiful. And also how to have faith again in what this Ten of Cups and Magician is, this future vision. You're learning how to trust that again, right? Fantasy. I think that maybe when you were younger, you used to daydream a lot and have a lot of like a wild imagination, really vivid one, right? Where you would think about these things, and I think for a long time you veered off that path. Yeah, that's why you actually realize, oh, that is what I want. I do want that home, that family, that love, that, the freedom of the heart kind of energy. Psyche. Yeah, you've been, whatever this, I think maybe you have been through therapy or whatever it is, you definitely delve into your psyche for a while, but you're not staying stuck there. You're allowing yourself to evolve and grow, right? Affection, recognition. Yeah, recognition could be coming, especially with what I'm seeing here with the stars. Like I said, you're an inspiration. Artistic, divine feminine, sensuality, and invitation. Maybe that's what you're getting. I'm seeing you getting like really ready and looking really beautiful and really elegant actually for whatever this invitation is. That's really nice. Ooh, okay, so we've got the snake and the mask. Let's get another one for that. That's definitely that deception energy, that Seven of Swords. Who's it related to? The Rider. I think for a long time you might have, that's again that visitor, so maybe there is some kind of invitation coming through that it's just not in your alignment anymore. Maybe you have got people wanting to come your way and it's just not in alignment. It's like from a false place, a persona that isn't true. Cracked egg. I think this could also have something to do with that King of Swords. Something about, especially with that King of Swords, there's a mask here. This is kind of that is again deception energy, but also really jealous energies as well. Silent treatment. Remember the communication, the serious blocked throat with that King of Swords as well. Now there's a Rider. It's like there's forward movement, there's a message coming, right? This cracked egg says that before it was false timing. There was some kind of, I don't believe in wrong timing. It's all divinely timed, okay? But clearly at that time you were so out of alignment with each other. Number 19. Failure to launch. Inexperienced. Rough start. Something backfired for sure. Okay. That Rider as well though. That's interesting, yeah. This is all to help you to discover your North Star. Number 3. Your inner guidance system. Again, that's big for you. So you must be really intuitive, especially with the Virgo and Pisces coming through. Those are very intuitive signs, truly. Guiding light. I'm hearing again, you're a guiding light. That's really interesting. True path. I think it's simply because you're following your true path. That's truly what it is now. That's where I think that big shift is taking place, when I said that you completely not even in anything to do with the past anymore. Hope again, certainty, confidence, protection, divine protection, clarity. Core value. Yeah, your value system is on point more than it has been ever, truly. Something about honoring that divine protection as well, so your spiritual hygiene as well, which is why that I think that you've been doing a lot of that cleansing and cutting out who and what you needed to, which can feel quite lonely sometimes. Oh my god, you got the letter and the ship. This is definitely some kind of invitation coming your way, some kind of message, something that's going to feel help you feel like you're moving in the right direction, your path forwards. Okay. 27 and 7 July. Writing, communication, email, making contact, written documents. Maybe you're dealing with some kind of written documents as well to move forwards from whatever the past is, cycling it out. News. You're going to get news about something. Information, records. Again, records. Check your this is about going forwards, going places, adventure, travel, overseas even, okay? That could be important for you. That's really beautiful. Again, it says vehicle, and that car is really coming through. Something about your car is important. Or maybe you haven't got a car. That's probably maybe it's a problem or something. I don't know. But yeah, check your records for Virgo season 2024. What was happening? So I literally just got pulled away from this reading, and then as that happened, the thunder and lightning started, and it started pouring down, and I was outside. So you can't tell now. I think I've dried off a bit. But when I came back, this energy is wild. Whoever this is. When I came back, I saw this on the floor. It fell on the floor. I didn't even realize. King of Pentacles. So you have the King and Queen of Pentacles. I think that whatever's coming in, It's going to be totally unexpected. Someone who's way more aligned, left as a King of Swords, is returning as a King of Pentacles, way more in alignment. You've both been gathering your core values. There's a huge shift taking place. My God. Okay, let's see what we need to know about this King of Pentacles that's coming through. Because that was on the floor. And I've actually put it near the Ten of Cups as well, and the Magician. So I feel like that's that forward picture. There, I think you're both very much aligned. And that vision, you know, that visionary energy, I think that both of you may have aligned with that. White Feather. Number 7. Peace, miracles, purity, protection. Again, divine protection. Whatever misalignments, whatever felt like it was a loss or you had to move away, whatever, there's been a lot of divine protection taking place. Any no's that you experienced that you wanted to be a yes, divine protection. There's a reason that that separation that's coming through had to take place, okay? A leap of faith, that's that Fool. That's a Fool energy. It's going to be a leap of faith. A sign, a message, again, you're rising above the past, whatever you had to release. And that's where I think you're gaining that intuition, that more of that intuition, because you're like allowing yourself to see things from a higher level perspective. You're really grounding your mysticism into your physical. That's really beautiful because it's helping you to really see things from a much better vision. Very eagle energies. Forgiveness, reconciliation. That's literally what this card says. Freedom. Freedom, again, there's something about that. There's freedom. Because don't forget that I said something about the freedom of the heart. The freedom of the heart comes with like actual true love, sacred union. You don't chain each other down. Big yes energy at the bottom of the deck. This is powerful. This connection is powerful. I can feel it. Even though I think that right now you don't realize that, because I think that you're so in your own individual journeys, and this Queen of Pentacles, you're really focused, and that's what you need to be doing, focusing on clearing what you need to clear, and without attaching yourself to a personal thing or things or whatever, focusing on the energy of the future. White Feather and the big sun here. Oh, that's stunning. Okay. Let's see what else. Yeah, someone really wants that forgiveness. This is the Storm card as well. And then we've got communication at the bottom of the deck. I don't know what's going on here. There definitely was that tower in the past, I think. I mean, I think you both experienced this tower and the cross. So there's been losses. There's been a lot of unexpected upheaval. It felt like a total wreck. Whatever happened, sorrow, trials. But it does say destiny and fate, so it's all been divinely orchestrated, whatever this is, to come back to this bridge that is uniting you again. Shared communication, collaboration, unity, way more aligned. King and Queen of Pentacles, big earth sign energies, okay? Number 36 and 6, okay? So I think that whilst you've been apart, you've had a lot of emotional losses. 5 of Swords and 5 of Cups, which has helped you both to really level up internally, right? So you've both been working on your worth as well. Necessity. I feel like you've had like a whole higher level mission, like a divine assignment, and this is part of that, the duty that your soul signed up for, right? Number 8 as well. Storm brewing. I don't know. I feel like you've had like the past breakdown, but I think this is going to be something that's going to liberate you moving forward. So the end of this the end of this separation and this longing for reconciliation, because this bridge is, it's harmony. And then you got that ship again. Something about travel is important. Maybe you really are at a distance, I think you definitely are. That came through before, but you're going to need to travel. Maybe you need to travel together as well, the world kind of energy. Okay, look at that, rings, detour. There have been detours, and I think this is why that storm's coming through. I think that there's been this desire to move forwards, there's been too much in the way. Divine intervention. Okay, number 30, course disruption, 10 of events, delays, rethinking priorities, adjusting, setbacks, obstacles, external forces, taking a very different path to what you thought you were going to be taking, and that is all about the karmic closures that are taking place right now. Really important. Number 25 as well. So this is where it's going to be that reaping what you sow, coming into the commitment and the partnership, especially with the Hierophant, with the King and Queen of Pentacles. That is higher level, truly. But things had to be closed out in order to make room for this, and it's all about your soul agreements. Wow. Especially if there was this operating from this mask energy, there wasn't true, those core values were not grounded down, especially by that king energy. Their messages were from, maybe they were really sexual in their messaging, and or just, it just felt really, yeah, it's just coming from a really wounded space, but clearly they've been healing. Look at that, they're coming through. Yeah, obstacle. That has been a major obstacle then, because like I said, the Queen of Pentacles, you've been moving away from temptation, so that's saying something, and you're reflecting on this. So this obstacle is something to do with that. Okay. And that's what's being worked on currently. Okay. My God, doorbell. Ding, ding, ding. Number 10. Welcome alert. You could have younger family members who are around you a lot as well. It's come through for a reason. Again, that was coming through with that. You're seeing things around you, and you're seeing what you want differently. Someone's coming. A return. A transition is taking place. An opportunity is knocking. Engage. I think there's something about like that high level commitment. I think someone really has, maybe they're even seeing rings. Like I wouldn't just say that. This is coming through for a reason. They really want this high level. Connecting, choices. You've got choices to make. There's an arrival. Maybe, I just keep seeing this baby. This baby energy keeps wanting to come through. Baby. You're going to have to learn how to collaborate and communicate effectively, truly. Listening to each other, trying to understand each other's point of view, where you're coming from. Ready. It's going to be so important for this to, I'm just thinking about that tears of joy and that wishes coming true. There's definitely, oh my God, the rings again. This is a church, and this says marriage. That's coming through big for whoever this is. Number 36, there is something here though about dogma and religion, traditional kind of ways of cultural programming, and really needing to recognize where you are not connected to that, where you've healed through releasing that. You're not going to perpetuate those cycles where it's just a falsity, the veils that you've been working so hard to remove yourself from, right? You're here to spread the message of the soul. So this is where you're coming into alignment in divine timing, because there's something about your soul purpose here. You're here to be almost like an example. Like I said, that inspiration energy was coming through as well. So definitely very abundant energy, both of you. Structure, belief system, programming, yeah. Breaking free from all of that. And this is the clock, and that is perfect timing, divine timing, past, present, and future, truly. Standing the test of time. This is going to be long haul, like longevity. It's being incremental, bit by bit. Like I said, there's a reason that your Virgo season is coming through the year. There's a reason, something about those milestones, if you will. Unstoppable. Disconnection is always going to be unstoppable. The way that I wanted to focus on the divine feminine, but clearly the big focus here that you need to be aware of is actually you are coming into alignment by doing what you're doing right now, closing what you need to, and focusing on where you need to be going, right? It's just difficult sometimes when you don't know if, like you're walking away from temptations is a message that needs to come through for a reason. So keep focusing on that. Make sure you're doing that from a healthy space, from a place where you're recognizing your worth and you're feeling way more grounded in yourself. This is giving that Queen of Pentacles and the Lily. Got the Garden here as well, which is interesting. So this is kind of like, so number 20 and 8. Okay, 8 again. Community, crowds, audience, meeting, a date. Maybe there will be, with that, the doorbell, maybe there will be some kind of a date, or just meeting in a public place. So I'm saying public place for a reason. There's a reason for that, especially with that energy that was coming through in the past. There may have been a lot of sexual energy or something, and it's kind of like you're both moving away from that, actually. Like I said, divine feminine, if you're moving through with that, then you're going to be impacting your divine masculine to heal, to clear through that as well, on a higher level, if you are truly deeply connected. You could also be, there's something about audience here. Lily, number 30. Established, ambition, you're both very ambitious. Experience, career, sexuality again, longevity again, virtue, mature development. It's given that growing old together energy. So let's just get one card for the, one more card for the divine masculine specifically, and then we'll get one for the divine feminine. Yeah, striking while the iron's hot, Amber, they want to take action. They've got the ring at the bottom of the deck. Again, didn't I say that about rings? And I was seeing a diamond ring. Number 2. Yeah, they're focused. They know where they want to go. Concentration. That's good because, divine masculine wants, they need to be focused. They need to not be distracted. That means that there's something about their discipline and truly they are grounding in their values. That's good. Resilience, concentration, taking determined action, persistence, purpose. They're finding their purpose and they're aligning with it. They want to do that now. Whereas in the past, maybe there was that clearly there was something about their emotional healing that they needed to focus on. It looks like they've been doing that. Okay, one card for the divine feminine. One more card. Tracks, yeah. Forward movement. You're going forward now. No more going backwards. Number 3 again. Again, traveling is big for this divine feminine. There's travel on the cards for you. There is truly travel on the cards. It might be to do with where your purpose, career, that kind of thing. Okay, so going the distance. You want to go the distance now. Like I said, you've shifted whatever's going on. You've had some serious epiphanies, awakenings. Okay, card for your connection. Card for your connection. Whoa. Okay, another card. Oh, heart at the bottom of the deck. Number 27, magnifying glass. Card for your connection. I think that there's this energy of learning your connection, learning what it is, why it is what it is, how it feels, the way it does. Some, like I said, this high level, yeah, alchemy, communication at the bottom of the deck there. This is different. This is so different to what either of you have ever known. It's almost like you've manifested each other and you've not even realised it, but actually it was all written divinely all along. So it's kind of like all these little signs and synchronicities that you've been receiving are really, it feels almost like magical. You almost wonder, have I made this happen or something? It feels like that. I do think that you're both going to want to make something different here moving forward, create something which is going to require both of you to do some kind of research on how to ground this down. Yeah, this is again the bridge, communication, uniting. This is what's going to happen. So you're going to need to have these communications where you're understanding each other. There's more information on the table than what has gone in the past. Okay, really, clarity, honesty, transparency is what I'm hearing. So very important details. Yeah, examining the fine print, larger than life. Connection together could be feel like that. You're going to get way more clarity. It's definitely on the cards there. Mortar and pestle. Okay, number 10. Breaking something down to make something else. Yeah, total overhaul. Potion, spell work, blend, brew. Maybe you are alchemist. That magician did come out. Number 12, the bridge. Maybe you are very good at manifesting. Maybe that's a big deal, part of your purpose. Because now you're grounding in on your divine purpose. You're allowing yourself to align with that in a healthy way, in a soul-led way. Beautiful. Bridge, collaboration, doing things together here, compromise. Going to be need for compromise. I think that has something to do with that forgiveness energy. Uniting, integrating, sharing, balancing, becoming one. How? You're going to be going places together, truly. I can feel that. I'm going to get a card for animal card for the divine masculine. Okay, so they're persisting right now. They're working with something. Feels like things have been against them for a long time, but they're persisting and there are new things on the horizon. They're very determined. There might be new routines happening for them. Number 8, eights are important. Making their dreams real. And they know it's in their hands, The divine masculine grounds in 3D, remember. Card for so that was a beaver. So cute. A card for the divine feminine. That's interesting, a beaver, because I always think about, like the sacral chakra that was coming through with that sexual energy. I always think about, because it's connected to the water and the flow. Clearly, they've had a dam, but they're working on it, Divine feminine animal guidance. Thank you. Dolphins, that's really nice. Number 12 again. Peace. 12 is important. Peace, harmony, helpful, effective communication. You've been learning how to communicate more effectively. Very good. Playful. Oh, you could be like really playful and just fun, humorous, in tune with others. Collaborations coming through a lot in this connection. There's going to be major collaboration. Okay, joy. I even think maybe even in your own journeys, with whatever you're working on. Joy is a big one. Animal for your connection. That just ripped out. We get another one. Stork, number 17. Transformation, change. Oh my god, this says birth, and that's been coming through a lot. Pregnancy. And that Ten of Cups, I mean, traditional card about children. So what's coming? Arrive, depart. Well, arrive, depart, move. You're going to be moving. You're going to be moving. I think this is going to. I think that this is going to move faster than you realize. So allow yourself to have some patience with each other, especially as you collaborate and communicating. You know, you don't want to go 0 to 100, but there's going to be a lot of like, especially with that Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck there's going to be a huge shift. Huge. A lot of changes from now, especially until next, because that was coming through Virgo season. It's a restless energy. There's going to be this desire to move. Another card for your connection. The bunnies. Rabbits. 1. New beginnings, desire. Yeah. Timid, a sudden increase. I think that you're both very abundant, and I think that when you come into each other's energy field, like actually, like physically, it's gonna like multiply. Okay. Clever, resourceful. You're both quite like that. I think that maybe you didn't grow up in that kind of abundant energy. You've had to learn how to be resourceful and mindful, you know, of what you're doing, what's coming in and out kind of energy. Fertility, multiply, sex and procreation. Can we get any more clearer? The way that keeps coming through. Got the line at the bottom of the deck. So heart-centered, courage. Number 17, proud. Oh, you're going to be proud of each other. Maybe you're going to be proud to like show each other off. I don't know. That's come through for a reason. You're not trophies, but you know what I mean. I think there's that pride from the heart. Like, this is my person. Like, the respect you have for each other is going to be unparalleled. You've got, can't even speak. King and Queen of Pentacles, you know, big respect, high self-esteem, inner strength, confidence, leadership, majestic. Both probably are going to be, you know, wow. I feel like I'm a bit blown away by this energy, if I'm honest. So I'm like, wow, there's a lot going on. Okay, so I'm going to see what messages does the Divine Feminine need to be aware of currently, if it's to do with timings or focus or anything like that. Let's find out. Oh my God, Leo, the sun. That could be a relevant energy. Again, that solar plexus, the sun. Vitality, creativity, success, purpose, focus. Stay focused. Whatever you're doing, stay focused, because this is good energy. Really good. Divine Masculine. What does Divine Masculine need to be aware of? Wow. Ooh, 2 have come out. Oh my God. Oh my goodness me. Okay, big cards. Lovers at the bottom. This is definitely his focus. The Divine Masculine with their focus. Okay, they're finding their alignment, like their love and openness of their heart. Truly, they're expanding. This is Jupiter, the expansion card. There is a turning point. Destiny is truly unfolding. Abundance is pouring through. Okay, Saturn, the world, duty, cycles, accomplishments, structure, time. They're really doing their Divine Masculine healing right now. Growth, turning point. Card for your connection. Although I feel like card for your connection. I feel like also with this Divine Masculine, they're very focused right now on their abundance path, so making money basically. So something about it's a big deal for them, and that's why they're doing something about that Saturn energy, that karma. Don't forget Saturn, daddy of karma, right? Literally, they're clearing something out right now that's been blocking their abundance, which is why that cycle keeps coming through so much. That's where they're going to be expanding. The Divine Feminine, you're glowing. You're gonna be. If you don't feel that right now, you're gonna be. Okay, you're gonna be clearing out this old mindset. The old version of your connection is closing out. Anything else for your connection? I think that the way you've approached the situation in the past, the emotions of the past that you've still connected, the versions of each other, it's all closing out. Card for your connection, moving forwards. Yeah, I knew it. Came out. Hold it. What is going on? The Lovers. This is a whole new alignment. You're going to have to really think things differently. You're not who you were before. So the Empress at the bottom of the deck as well. Okay, so Venus energies. That could be important. Got Gemini here as well. And then Sagittarius. So right about now, what's happening is there's a closure taking place. You're closing out certain cycles. And that's what's creating this alignment with each other. But it's very specific to both of you. Yeah, the moon just keeps coming through. Pisces energy. Deception, anxiety, fear, blocked intuition. Really, that's what's being cleared. That is what's being cleared. That was coming through before as well. That's why you're gaining that high level insights. Oh my God, this literally says a year as well. So that's giving the energy of each, Virgo season that was coming through. Let's get another card to see if there's anything else that wants to come through. Maybe for timing. So you haven't had any timings, and I think that's because you're really focusing on, again, that Leo card. Maybe Leo season's a really important energy then. Courage. That's a big sign. Anything else? Any maybe timings or anything? It's definitely not timings. It's just not coming through. The High Priestess is coming through massive for this. You're both very intuitively tapped in. You've clearly been doing some clearing. The blocked intuition, the way you felt those betrayal wounds, you've had that anxiety, you've experienced maybe even deception with each other, the masks, the illusions, the way you've been clearing through that, and the way you are blasting through your like third eye intuition, like it's beautiful, intuitive knowing, inner knowing, silence, secret. Yeah, there is some secrets that clearly need to be spoken on. Got this spring energy, so there's definitely a new beginning coming. I think that timings aren't coming through specifically here because I think that actually you need to be focused on you. I think that the divine masculine is clearing through some kind of blocks and they need to be focused on that. And I don't think you need to know so much about it. That's why it's not coming through. And the divine feminine, I think that your focus is so much on your light, on gathering what you need to, on recognizing what you're walking away from, those temptations, the misalignments, the blocked energy, even your own anxiety, you know. I'm just going to see if there's anything else that you need to be aware of for the connection, because I think that, like I say, where you're going, it's going to be so different, this connection, and when you come together, it's going to be so different to where you're coming from, both of you, and you're going to both need to work together on that. That's where the collaboration is coming through so strongly. Okay, so anything else you need to know for your connection, because it's, like I say, it's looking like it's going to be the long haul, which means if times aren't coming in, I don't think it's going to be that far ahead. Love yourself first, your self-respect. And that's big for this. King and Queen of Pentacles, they have their self-respect, right? It's a big deal. That means that you need to be really mindful of who and what is entering your energy field. Truly. That means you have truly been honoring that. Learning how to love yourself first, which means treating yourself as though seeing yourself through the eyes of divine. Getting to know each other. Yeah, that's what it's going to take. It's going to take you time to create that sturdy, firm foundation where you can really trust them on the deck, trust this situation as it unfolds. There's also something coming through about allow divine to surprise you, so you don't need to be so attached to a timing right now. So you don't need to continue to search for answers right now. I think you need to go inwards. That's where your best kind of, I'm hearing blessings are, they're within you, like the answers are within you, right? You're going to be getting to know each other again very soon. And the trust that you're going to build, I honestly feel like I think you're both very loyal, and the trust that you're going to build is going to make this accelerate faster than you might have realized. It's not going to be, normal or whatever. It's going to feel like you're going to feel so safe in each other's like energy once you create that space with each other and recognize your values are so aligned, and make sure you do that first before that 0 to 100, that you're going to feel so safe to say yes to the forward progress. It's not going to feel it's going to feel high level, heart-to-heart conversations as well. So this is really powerful. Right about now, you're doing exactly what you need to be doing, right? Keep focusing on creating those firm foundations for you where you're being divinely guided. That's a big deal. Whoever this is, both of you are very much more mature space. That's what it feels like. This feels very mature. I'm just going to get some cards to see about moving forwards. Oh my God, the Chariot, that is moving forwards. If there's anything you need to know, the focus, where you need to place your focus. It feels so mature and grounded. That's why you're going to be able to have those conversations. It's not going to be flighty and just led by lust or whatever. You're literally going to, even if there's a lot of that passion, which there clearly is, like there's a lot here, but I think that you're really grounding it down. You're really allowing yourself to understand your connection and what you want moving forwards. The conversations are going to be the right ones. Truly. That's why it's going to be long haul, because you're truly going to focus on creating that sturdy foundation with each other. You're going to need Devil and Three of Swords. You're going to need to talk about what happened, and release, not being stuck on this Three of Swords anymore. You've got the Nine of Cups here, so you want to focus on where you want to move forward, but there is some stuff that needs to be spoken on. It feels like there was heartbreak here, and it's been felt deeply, and it's something that you haven't had closure for. So this is what's going to need to... there's going to be a focus basically on clearing this. Yeah, Knight of Swords, so you can really move forwards. Yeah, that's where I think a lot of the conversation is going to begin with, addressing the heartbreak that was created in the past and how to move. The Moon has come out again, and then the Sun. Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, day and night. But this is nighttime. The Moon, there's a lot that isn't so unspoken here. So much. I think that's where there's going to, once the door is open here, that knocking on the doorbell, there's going to be conversations constantly. The devil again. There's something here that has not been spoken about. Silence and secrets for a reason. Especially with that snake and that energy and that mask. It's going to be spoken on, and it needs to be, because it's been in the shadows for a long time. So anything else for your connection moving forwards. There might have been an external party here as well. And this is what you're going to learn about, okay? Strength. I think it was someone who had to go through the strength, whatever this was, to gain their own inner strength. It had nothing to do with each other. It's very personal, very your own soul contract, going through the karma that you need to, okay? Be mindful though that be mindful of how you're responding to each other and receiving each other. So when you are triggered, check yourselves. Be honest as well. Say, you know what, that's making me feel a certain type of way. I need time to process this, to see how I feel. Temperance, take time, patience with each other. I think that's been a big lesson for both of you, learning how to be patient with everything that you desire. Again, the sun, your successes, and now with each other. It's been preparing you. Is there anything else you need to be aware of for your connection moving forwards? Four of Wands, sacred union, divine alignment. Oh my God, the Queen of Cups. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Queen of Cups, compassion. You're going to need to have compassion with each other. Again, very intuitive. Compassion with each other. I think, again, you're both very intuitive. That Four of Wands came out in the Chariot. So there's definitely forward movement. It's all going to come with how you handle each other's hearts. Yeah, knowing that actually it's not just about how you handle each other's. The Emperor keeps wanting to come through. It's about how you're handling yourself and your own heart, which is helping you to get into that position where you can really, again, create this safe space that keeps coming through for a reason. Someone needs to hear that. Clearly, safety is a big deal for you both. Four of Wands, that's union. Let's get another one to see if there's just one more. Knight of Cups coming to the Queen of Cups, right? But again, that devil at the bottom of the deck, I think that there's something here that someone's still working through. And I think that's, again, why the Queen of Pentacles is still learning how to walk away and reflecting on the temptation she's walking away from. But again, this is really powerful, positive movement, okay? But just don't let illusion blind you. Illusion, yeah? Be honest, transparency. Be clear about what you are going through. That mask needs to be removed. Less shame and guilt within yourself. And definitely not with each other, that judgment energy. I think it's really about, I think that's what was, there might be something about that in the past. Someone was scared or they were shameful, whatever it is, that blocked them really seeing the truth of what was happening, okay? And now it's kind of like this offer to move forwards. It's coming, okay? I just wanted to find out what you need to know about the devil energy. It keeps showing up the bottom. Five of Pentacles. I think that you both actually mirror this. There's something about fear of rejection, but abandonment as well. This needs to be spoken on, cleared through. So you both, this is where that trust is coming in. You both need to have trust that you're not going to feel like this from each other again. There's something about that again. Okay, that's where that forgiveness is coming through. And you're going to have the opportunity to really bring your heart centered approach now. Remember that lion, your heart-centered approach. Everything you've been learning on your own journeys for a reason. You've been really balancing those inner cups within you, the yin and yang, and just the head and heart, all of it. That's where you're being allowed now divinely timed, right, to come together with those cups. Okay, you're at a position where and again, your energy is not going to be exactly the same, but you're going to allow yourself to align with it. You're going to have different approaches, different feelings and characteristics, but you're going to be able to align your energies with each other. You're at the space where you want to do that. And you're mature enough to do it as well, okay? So final cards, masculine energy is really finding the solutions to how to move forward. They need to be the one who takes the lead here, and you need to be the one who lets them. So in the past, maybe you've taken that masculine energy role yourself or something like that, and they want to be the one who takes the lead. They are getting ahead of the pack. They really are focused on their abundance path, truly. And they know that this is going to be a big deal for this union. There's something about that that's huge. They're very protective. They're going to be a provider, truly. This is what they want to be. Especially with that line and all that Leo energy that's coming through. It feels like they're really, finding the solutions to move forwards now, okay? So masculine energy is the final card, and they're going to be the one who helps this move to the next level, okay, in the 3D. Sending so much love.